here with Eric Egelstad from Homescan Inspections, and he is actually doing an inspection of one of my own investment homes. So let's ask Eric what he looks for in an inspection.
We're looking for major and minor issues with the house that are not cosmetic, that we can inform the client on so they can make a wise decision on their investment. So when we walk into a house, we turn all the components on the house, all electrical outlets, get tested, every window that can be open and closed, we check those. We run all the water in the bathrooms, the laundry room, the sinks, exterior hose bibs, and we're looking for deficiencies as we do those. We check the components in the kitchen. We climb on the roof and check out the roof issues, make sure it's structurally sound from the attic also, looking for moisture, intrusion, and stuff like that. So basically from the top down, we inspect everything we can get our hands on.
So what issues do you see on an inspection report that are not that big of a deal, but freak buyers out?
Good question. So a lot of times starting from the roof, we see a lot of exposed nail heads. I see them on new construction houses to older homes, and then some lifted shingles, maybe some minor hail damaged shingles. Those are typical general homeowner maintenance items, we call it, that a roofing company can come in, or a handyman that's qualified and they can do what they call a maintenance program or a package deal and caulk and seal everything, just tidy everything up from the roof. Usually the number one thing for me in a house inspection is moisture. Water can cause a lot of issues. And the simple things by cleaning your gutters. For instance, when the gutters get clogged up, it adjusts the slope of the gutter. And then now we have water intrusion that backs up into the attic, into the roof decking. So simple things are keeping your gutters clean, making the downspouts clean, and then getting the water away from the foundation, keeping the water flow from the foundation away. We don't want water to slope towards the foundation. That's when we start getting water intrusion in basements, crawl spaces, and stuff like that. So, we see some flooring that gets scuffed up here and there, which is typically not put in a home inspection that a lot of people are concerned about. It's just normal wear and tear. Same thing with the exterior siding. We tell people any wood trim, keep it painted. That's the best thing to defend from wood rot and stuff like that. So typically, unless the water's coming in from the wood trim, that's something we need to really just keep an eye on and monitor and address as needed. A lot of people see a lot of wood rot here and they freak out. As long as the water's not coming in, we're good to go. And then condensation in the windows is another typically thing we see a lot in this area. Typically the R value is not diminished that much. There's not much R value or insulation value in a window, a double pane window. So usually it's more aesthetically unpleasing than anything else.
Now, what are the major issues that could absolutely kill a deal? If you saw it on an inspection report, you would not buy the house.
Sure. Again, we're going back to water. Mold. Water creates a lot of issues, from wood rot to wood damage to mold, depending on the client, their budget, which is something I don't get into. We just like to point out the deficiencies, and then obviously we'll probably get a mold specialist or a water restoration company to come in to deal with that, to figure out how much damage, if there is. Because the bad thing about mold or water intrusion is there's areas we can't see behind walls. So we don't know if the water is spread, got behind walls, and created a bigger issue, which is also a health issue. So depending on the clients, that could be a huge reason for them to walk away. Everything's fixable. Foundation cracks or subfloor damages in the crawl space is another big thing. I have a crawl space. I typically don't get in my own crawl space. You have a moisture leak, sometimes it spreads, it ruins floor joists, support beams. It can cause a lot of damage, and it could be a costly repair that could turn into an insurance claim. I see that a lot in crawl spaces, and typically it's the grading coming towards the house again, or an appliance or a bathroom leaking in the crawl space and nobody checks it. So usually those are the two biggest ones. A roof could be that way too, depending on the type of shingles and the life expectancy, the damages on it. But most roofing companies can patch and repair. They probably just won't warranty the work if the roof is worn, because now they're putting their new shingles on a new shingle. So, and then polybutylene piping is another one that usually scares people. I just like to inform people of it, and then obviously we need to get a qualified plumber to further evaluate to determine if they need to be replaced, or at least give the homeowner a price so they know where they're at if it does fail.
In Georgia, home inspections take place during the due diligence period, so be sure to watch this video next. It's all about that. And give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to this channel. New videos come out every Monday. So I'll see you next week.